ओम गुरुभ्यो नमः। भज गोविंदम भज गोविंदम भज गोविंदम मूढ़मते. Here is a poem believed to be composed by Sri Shankaracharya. It is a simple poem consisting of some 30 to 40 verses. They don't talk any deep philosophy of Atman. It doesn't talk of metaphysics. By metaphysics we mean Atma Tattvam, the nature of Atma. It talks philosophy of life. It talks a little bit of spiritual, but it talks spiritual philosophy. But more than a spiritual philosophy, it talks of the philosophy of life, philosophy of values. It talks of philosophy of life and philosophy of values. So in the first shloka, Acharya Shankara says, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudamate. We don't know in what context of his life Shankara composed this shloka, but some people say that he was addressing an old man. So in those days there were values according to the age of life. Because youth is meant for learning and enjoyment. Middle age is meant for learning certain other values. Old age is meant for retired and peaceful life. And dedicate that life for more spiritual development. So, according to your age and the place in the society, some values a person could practice. That was the life in those days. Nowadays, everybody has to work for only one value. All ages only money and pleasure, money, pleasure and status, money, pleasure, money, power, status, and pleasures. These four are the money, power, status and pleasure. For any age, irrespective of age, for everybody this is the same values. They are imposing. This is very unnatural. Not only unnatural, and it is not giving a freedom also for a human being. The modern society, the modern civilization is imposing these values, not helping him to discover the values. According to the age, certain values, certain life becomes necessary. After certain age, those values and those goals lose charm. Those values lose charm. So money and power, too much of money and power and status loses attraction. So you just give up. Try to live more meaningful life of service and then deeper pursuit of music, art, or some spiritual pursuit, or some service, something you would like to pursue. But they won't give you a chance. You must be greedy and competitive. You must be aggressively competitive. But aggressive competition needs greed. But you must be greedy. You can't drop your greed. You can't transcend greed. Modern civilization says you cannot transcend greed. You must be greedy. See how you are imposing. Can values be imposed? Or person has to grow to that values. Person has to grow. So the human life is not given importance, primary importance. Some values are imposed on human beings. So the human inner growth, inner understanding, inner life is unimportant. There is some ideology, either political ideology or religious ideology. Under religious ideology there are two. What is that? Islam and Christianity. They are represented through religious ideologies. And they say these two ideologies everybody is supposed to accept. These goals, ideology means certain goals. These goals everybody must accept it. You have no choice, you can't reject, you must accept it. Because you have no choice. This ideology is given by God and you must accept it. You have no choice to think for yourself. You have no choice to select a goal for you out of your own inner need, inner growth. Don't look at inwards. This is the goal given by your religion, you must accept. And you must accept this as a goal. How these religious ideologies impose certain religious goals. And there are socio-economic ideology like Western as well as communistic. Socio-politico-economic ideologies. And then this is a religio-political ideologies, or Islam and Christianity is a religio-political ideology. And that is a socio-economic cum political ideology. So these ideologies are imposed on humanity and everybody is supposed to think. That is a fashion. If you think differently, you are a heretic. Heretic means you are an odd person. Then what is wrong in being odd? No, you have no freedom to be odd. if you remain an odd person, even in a good sense, even with your good thinking, freedom of thinking, if you try to think oddly, you are segregated, isolated, all kind of pressures come on you, you cannot live in the society. That means there is no freedom. Modern civilization, bragging and boasting of its freedom, it means exactly opposite of freedom. It doesn't mean freedom. Isn't it? It becomes impossible to live. Everybody is supposed to accept this idea. Within the ideology, you are supposed to think. If you think differently, you have no freedom. Though they are talking of freedom of thinking, even the freedom of thinking is organized and attacked, as we have seen. Returning the awards. And say everybody unanimously to oppose certain ideology. Even to oppose, you have to organize the opposition. You want to have an ideology, there is an organized way of. You want to oppose an ideology, again organizing. Why there should be organizing? Can't individual think independently? No, you have no individual has no freedom. Should not think. So this modern civilization is an organizing imposition. If you want to oppose collectively, but you can't oppose individually. Oppose collectively. See, therefore, he says, here Shankaracharya in his first shloka, in his old age, one person, even in his old age, trying to pursue some text, some scripture he was studying, he was trying to master a scripture. They say it was grammar he was trying to master in the old age. So Shankara seeing him, learning a scholar, learning a skill, learning a profession, it should be done in young age. In young age you learn, during youth you practice what you learned, and in old age you retire. And spend that old age for deeper pursuit of spirituality or semi-spiritual or spiritual life. That goes with age, that goes with nature. And it is natural that most of the people in old age like to be relaxed and retired and then have some kind of semi-spiritual or spiritual life. So this person was trying to practice this grammar even in old age. Then Shankara says it is not in keeping with your age. Don't waste your time. Suppose you learn this skill in this age, what will you do with this? You try to show it to people and make money. Why do you want to do this? Therefore, this is the time to devote your time for spiritual practice. Do some spiritual sadhana, either japa, dhyana, meditation, or some service, or some prayer to God. This goes with your age, because your mind needs a deeper happiness, a deeper spiritual pursuit. So, bhaja govindam, govindam, bhaja mudhamate. Mudhamate means a confused fellow. A confused means who is unable to discriminate between what is right, what is necessary, and what is merely imposed by the society. Or what others are following, don't imitate others. Don't just go by blindly by what others do or what your society imposes on you. Just look at yourself. That means look within your heart. What your heart really wants. What your heart really wants, look for that alone gives you deeper, real satisfaction. By cultivating an imposed goal, by accepting a goal imposed by others, you won't get satisfaction because the goal is not from your heart. If your heart thinks that you need it, on achieving it you will get real happiness, real peace of mind. But if a goal is imposed by a certain ideology, you may subscribe to that ideology, you may subscribe to a particular organization. Organization imposes this ideology, this goal on you. That can't be your natural goal. So in spite of pursuing it for a long time, and in spite of achieving it, you won't get satisfaction, you'll be more frustrated. Life looks meaningless and shallow and meaningless. Therefore he says, always look inwardly. That is the starting point of the Shankaracharya's teaching. Look within. Within means what? Look into your heart. What the human heart wants. The want of the human heart changes from time to time, changes from age to age. At certain age you have got certain values, certain ambitions, certain interests, certain inclinations. And then as the age changes, as you mature by watching life, your inclination changes. Your interest changes, your goal changes, your need changes. Changes means it changes from to better. It changes to the better because the maturity comes in you. You, first thing is, you watch inwardly. That itself is the beginning of real growth. Modern civilization doesn't allow you, doesn't want you to look within. It always wants to look outside. What is a demand in the society? What is in great demand in the society? What is respected in the society? Look outside, don't look within. Look outside seems to be the basis for modern civilization. Look within is a real spirituality. Not only spirituality, this is an Indian ancient wisdom. Indian ancient life and wisdom. It says look within. Because man is inside, not outside. What is man? What is outside is man. What is pursuing outside, running outside is man. Or is looking within and moving within, or pursuing your inner goal, inner inclination, inner interest. That is man. Who is man? Who is a human being? Human being exists within, not outside. Human being doesn't exist in external pursuits. Isn't it? If a person is running for money, he is not a human being. If a person is running for, mindlessly running for money out of greed, he is not himself. He is not a human being at all. Because something is possessing him. Some idea is possessing and making him to run. He is not existing as himself. First be yourself. Be yourself. Look at yourself. What is your real interest, real inclination, deeper inclination? And see whether these inclinations are really you wanted. Sometimes there will be false inclination. Sometimes there will be false interests also. False interests. See, distinguish between the real interest and false interest. False interests are superficially cultivated by looking at others, by wrong education, by wrong social values, by imposition of certain ideology. Ideologies impose certain interest. They are not your true interest. Look within. Within means what? See for your natural inclination and interest of your heart. It should not be an abnormal mind. It should be a healthy mind. Interest of a healthy mind. Not an interest of perverted mind. Perverted mind means under addiction. You seem to be interested in alcohol, but that's not your natural interest. It is an unnatural interest. Abnormal interest. Abnormal interest, abnormal inclination is not your true inclination. Isn't it? Therefore, samprapte sannihite kale nahi nahi rakshate dukran karane. Though he is addressing an old man, it applies to all ages. That means to do anything keeping with your age, keeping with your inclination, keeping with your mental age. Mental age means your maturity level is mental age. Pursue that profession, pursue that interest, pursue that field according to your mental maturity level. Don't go blindly by what is in demand in the society. Because society is an artificial. That society is a real society which is built based upon your inner need. A society is planned, designed in such a way that it caters, it provides opportunities for the person to live according to your inner need. First, it helps you, it asks you to look within. First, that society is a good society, which asks you to first look within. Second, discover what is your true need, true inclination, what is a false inclination. Isn't it? First step is look within. Second, try to discover what is your true inclination, true interest, and what is a falsely imposed interests. Then after discovering the true interest, how to pursue it in a healthy way. By pursuing this, society will be benefited and you also will be happy. You get a deep satisfaction. If these three things exist in whichever society, that is a real great society. Isn't it? So this is what the implication of the first shloka. Therefore, bhaja Govindam. Govindam bhaja means pursue God, pursue Ishvara. So this very concept of God is coming from West. God means some kind of again ideology, imposition and all. In India, pursuing God, pray to God, seeking God is not an imposition. It is a helping you to have discover a true inclination and pursue it. That is called bhaja Govindam. Seek God, pursue God means what? God is not a given concept, a given ideology and you are supposed to run after it. God itself means seeking. Healthy seeking is God for us. Seeking God means spirituality or religion. Religion or spirituality in Indian sense, in Hindu sense, is healthy seeking is spirituality. First develop a healthy mind and then seek naturally. Go by natural. First thing is unnatural. Imposed values, unnaturalness itself is animal, it is devilish. It is animalistic and devilish. First thing one has to learn is, don't be unnatural, be natural. And look within. Look within. Discover where you are, at what level you are. Then gradually still move deeper and deeper within you. That is a real growth, because that is your natural. You are going towards naturalness. So therefore, samprapte sannihite kale. This life is an opportunity. This life, that is a janma, a birth or a life, is an opportunity to pursue something deep, to discover something and pursue that deeply. If you just waste away by external pursuit alone, that inner pursuit, inward look is never taken. You never take an inward look, then whole life goes waste. Samprapte sannihite kale, nahi nahi rakshate dukkrim karane. When the life comes to an end, all your life goes waste. That means this life is an opportunity given to you for some time, and it has to be utilized properly. It should not be wasted. If you waste, it won't avail anything to you. So that's what it is implied. He says in general, therefore pursue something deeper goal of life, that's called Govinda. Govinda means God. God means deeper pursuit. Because there are certain traditions within Hinduism like Buddhism and others, they don't talk of God. Then here God means something deeper goal of life. Deeper spiritual goal of life is God. You may name it God or you may not name it, but the spiritual goal is God. So deeper spiritual goal, which is a natural goal. And he is advising us to pay attention to that. That means be natural. Look to life. Don't get carried away by certain tentative agendas, imposed ideologies. That's what. This is in general. Now he goes into detail by other shlokas. We'll see the next shloka later.